In the previous exercises, you may have noticed some feedback on the screen as I sketch lines and arcs. For example, if I sketch a line and move it close to the horizontal, a small horizontal line flag pops up next to the cursor. Close to the vertical, a vertical line flag pops up. If I were to click and complete the line while the flag is showing, the line would be vertical. It would not only appear to be vertical, but it would have a geometric relation of vertical. The vertical geometric relation is graphically represented by this blue or green flag with a vertical line. I'll leave this line at an angle and sketch another line from the endpoint. Now you see a different type of feedback, these dashed lines. If I move close to this line, you see a perpendicular symbol pop up, and a collinear symbol if I move close to this line. Here again, if I were to complete the line while these symbols are showing, geometric relations of perpendicular or collinear would be added, and the associated geometric relation flag type will appear on the sketch. Geometric relations are a way for you to control the geometry you sketch. They control the way lines and other entities behave. For instance, if I sketch a vertical line and turn off the line tool, I can click and drag the line to move it. Notice that no matter where I drag the cursor, the line remains vertical. If I sketch another line that's at an angle, then follow the dashed line to create a perpendicular line, when I click and drag the line, you can see the perpendicular relation is maintained. This method of adding geometric relations on the fly is called creating automatic geometric relations. Let's take a look at a few other automatic relations. If I have an existing line in my sketch, and I would like to create a line parallel to it, I must first click on the existing line while in select mode to highlight it so SolidWorks knows what sketch element I would like to create a relation with. Then select the line tool. Notice when I click to start the line, two dashed inferences appear. The automatic relations available when creating a new line with an existing sketch line selected are parallel and perpendicular. I'll follow the parallel inference and click again to complete the parallel line. Notice that the geometric relations flag for parallel is numbered and appears next to both lines. When I click and drag the endpoint of one of the lines, notice they remain parallel. Another commonly used automatic relation is creating a line tangent to a circle. I'll begin by creating a circle, then instead of using my icon tools in the command manager, I'll switch to the line tool by right-clicking and selecting it from the menu. Notice that the sketch circle I just created is still highlighted in blue. This is a convenient function in SolidWorks so that whatever element I sketch next, I always have the ability to create an automatic relation to the previous sketch geometry. To create the tangent relation, I simply begin my sketch on the perimeter of the circle and drag off at an angle, and you can see that my line is forced to be tangent to the circle. This is actually due to a function called a sketch snap that we'll get into later on. Let me delete this line and circle and repeat the process again and show you an additional function. I'll sketch the circle and again draw a line tangent to it. To create the tangent line, I simply clicked once on the circle and dragged my cursor away in a tangent direction. Notice that wherever I drag my cursor, the line remains tangent to the circle. If I click again to end the line, I'll have a line with a tangent geometric relation with the circle. If I don't want to have a tangent line or possibly one in the other direction, I simply move my cursor carefully back to the beginning of the line, and when I do this, notice that two inference lines appear. One is for tangent in both directions, the other is to create a perpendicular line at that point on the circle. I can follow either of these inferences to create an automatic sketch relation, or not follow either and simply create a line that is coincident to the circle.